In this video, I'm going to talk about why accountability is so important for us to achieve the next level of success and why you really need to find someone that can help you be accountable. Having ADHD and dyslexia and going through college and medical school was not an easy task. There is no way I would be able to get through college and medical school without accountability, someone holding me accountable and pushing me through, especially someone that's already been down the path. Because when I would go through medical school and go through college, testing was a big challenge for me because I would have test anxiety. I didn't know what to do. My academics would suffer, especially when I was in the early years of college, because having dyslexia and also ADHD, reading comprehension and having the distractions all the time made it a challenge for me to really succeed in college. And I knew I had to do something different than my peers because, other people that I was surrounded with didn't have as many challenges as I did when I was going through college. So what I had to do is I had to seek out, teachers and mentors and coaches that can help me pave the path, pave the way of knowing how to do things a little differently so that I could succeed in college and also get into medical school and also get through medical school. And this brings to my very first point is why accountability is important. Accountability is not only is it something that we are accountable for ourselves, but when we have someone included, either a mentor, coach, a friend, a loved one, that can hold us accountable, we tend to want to follow through with that because it's a human being. It's someone that knows that your goal, your vision, and by having someone else involved can make all the difference versus just holding yourself accountable. And when you hold yourself accountable, especially with that other person that is holding you accountable, you will reach new levels and new heights in your success, whether that's in school, whether that's at work, whether it's relationships, whether it's anything that you want to succeed in life. It helps you achieve that because we do get uncomfortable, or really we actually just get comfortable in our comfort zone and don't want to try new things or push ourselves to things that we maybe can't succeed in or we think we can't succeed in. But when we have somebody that's paved the way for us and has been down that road or has helped people several times down that road, it makes all the difference in the world to be able to hold us accountable so that we can reach those new heights in our success. Which leads into my second thing is how accountability can help us reach new heights. So like I mentioned, with me, when I was going through college, when I would seek out different mentors, especially teachers, I would try to look for teachers that could understand my challenges and was willing to work with me, especially outside of the class, had additional office hours and really wanted to build a relationship with me. This is something that I would do and something I would encourage you to do is try to find those teachers before you even take the class. Meet with the teachers before even taking their class to see what kind of type of person they are. See if you actually mesh with them. See if they are willing to work with you, and also talk to them beforehand and be, hey, look, I have these challenges and are you willing to, help with me? Have that conversation with them. And that's what I would do, and it made all the difference is I would pick and choose my teachers, not just because, it fit within my schedule, but it was more about, is the teacher going to be somebody that can work with me with my challenges and has experience maybe. And that was the other big thing is that sometimes I'd find teachers that had similar challenges that I did when they were growing up, or they've worked with several students that had similar challenges and had success helping them get them through. And so why it's so important with accountability to reach new levels and heights is because when you do apply that, when you find a mentor, especially like, for example, work, maybe you invest in yourself by hiring somebody, a coach, to be able to help you in your business to reach the next levels, because that will make all the difference because they've paved the path. They've dealt with the same struggles and challenges you have, but they actually succeeded and they've helped several people succeed. And when you have that, they can help you reach the next level and push you to where you're in uncomfortable situations, but push you where you need to so you can succeed in school or in work. Which leads me to my third thing of why it's important to find a mentor or a coach to push you to be accountable so that you can succeed. So when I was going through college, really that's what I feel like made the difference for me to succeed. But also even when I was in medical school, I would still do the same thing. I would still find teachers and mentors and coaches that can help me and help me understand things that, look at learning in a different perspective and use different study tips and strategies so that when I was studying, I was very productive and very efficient with my time. So when it came to exam day, I wasn't as stressed and I would perform very well on the exams versus, trying to do it on my own. Because when I was trying to do it on my own, it didn't work so well. I did my best. I would read tons of books. I found some great tips. But when I actually went to somebody, a human being, and who actually had worked with other students or has experienced with having the same challenges and found the way and the path, that saved me tons of time. And so by just investing or finding somebody to be able to help you pave that path, whether it is for school or even work, made all the difference. And even today, I still use coaches. I still invest in myself, pay for coaches, business coaches to help me scale my businesses. It made all the difference in the world by doing that. But also even in life, such as, I use people for exercise. I use people for my own health sometimes, because I don't want to feel like, I'm the know-it-all just because I'm a naturopathic doctor, I'm a holistic doctor, and I understand a lot about nutrition. I understand a lot about the human body and health because I see patients all the time, but I still want to learn from others and other experts because, everybody learns things at different paces and learn different things that maybe that you're not interested in. And why it's so important for having a mentor is because they paved that path, like I've mentioned before, because they're going to help you get to that next level. And I've experienced that time and time again, something I continue to invest. Now, if you are trying to have a more optimal mind, to have better focus, well, you should watch my free training right in the description below. Because in the description below, it's a free training that goes over my proprietary process of helping people who have an unfocused mind to have a more focused mind and optimal mind. And at the end of the training, if you are interested in working with me, helping you to have that optimal mind, to hold you accountable, then there is going to be a free call if you do qualify for the things within that free training. So if just click in the description below, that is where the free training is, and I will see you guys in the training. Thanks. Bye.